Today we are in Wiscasset, Maine, and we are at the Wiscasset Antique Mall. And let me tell you, you are in a treat. Stay all the way to the end because I had a pleasant surprise and I wanted to share it with you. So I added it to the end of this video. Okay, so their claim to fame is that Barbara Streisand's dog peed on their telephone pole. So in 2006, they honored it with a sign. I thought that was hilarious. All right, let's go ahead and get started. It's a big red building. There is the sign. And of course, there's lots of stuff on the porch that is also available for sale. That paperweight was a fantastic Murano. Unfortunately, it had a very large crack inside, so I could not take it with me as much as I wanted to. It was not forgivable. Look at these little kokeshis up here. This case had, I want to say like 4 or 5 of them, and they had a whole little set of them as well. I believe the set was $75, and they look like they were the older ones. All right, this is probably my favorite find of the day. It was a Fenton hand-painted Halloween basket. It has a bat, a pumpkin, a spider web, and a spider. And you're probably saying, Sandy, it has a handle. This is an exception. It is Fenton Halloween, harder to find, and it was $60 but on sale, so I ended up paying like $50 for it. And then over here there was some Anderson Studio pottery. Both that vase and the seal were Anderson design, and she was out of Maine, so I do find her stuff quite a bit. And then there was some carnival glass little birds of happiness. I always like to find them. I don't know if I couldn't see the price on them, so I'm not sure how much they were. But then down here there was a Ciroc tray that caught my attention because it had mushrooms all over it, and it was $44 and 20% off. And I thought about it, but then I'm like, I really don't want to mess with that to ship it. So as cute as it was, I did love it. Maybe next time, if it's still there next time I go, I will pick it up. All right, and then in here there were some paperweights, and see that egg iridescent one? I had to get in there to see that. Some perfume bottles that were really pretty. And then over here there was a signed disc paperweight. I did end up buying that. It is signed. I have to do a little bit more research to figure out who signed it. Some rose medallion, some Fenton, and then over here we had a dealer that was 15% off, and they had some really fun large pottery, yellowware dishware, some Halloween in this booth that was really fun to look at. Those buttons were more modern but still fun to look at. Let's grate the cheese, chef. Also, they had this vase. Well, I think it's a goblet, actually. It's a wine goblet, and it was $24. They said it was Venetian. I'm not sure, but I loved it. I just loved it. It was so delicate, so dainty, so lightweight, but it had that spiral and then that little cut in the upper lip there on purpose. And I'm like, oof, I don't want to ship that. If it's still there next time, I'll think about it. There were some paperweights in here that were also pen holders, some nice framed photos that I thought looked nice all bunched together like that. Some Baccarat perfume bottles that were, I've had those before, so they're pretty common. I do pass on them when I find them, unless they're like a really good price, because they're quite common. And then over here, this vendor had a beautiful display. She had some lamps, of course, a wash set. I was checking out the paperweights. Now this one was also signed. It was $24 and signed, but I could not make out the signature like for the life of me. So I left it behind, though I did like it. I'm not really trying to find paperweights unless they're like something exceptional. Like the disc one was different because it was a disc, and I don't think I have any discs for the upcoming sale. All right, we're going downstairs now, and this is a treat for me because usually I have the dogs with me and I can't take the stroller downstairs, so I don't get to come down here very often. There were some rugs on the way down, And this vendor had some Murano pieces. Over here, we had, it was a fun booth. It was packed. It was packed full. I didn't even know where to begin. It was so full. A lot of modern stuff, so I didn't get anything there. Though they did have a really cool Hagar raccoon. And then here was a salesman sample of this Bombay chest. And I guess that's a real one in the photo. But I thought, wow, this is like a mini Bombay chest, and it was adorable. It was extremely well manufactured. And they even lined it with some yellow and white flower paper. I don't know. I was fascinated with it, but it was like $300, so I couldn't get it. More Anderson pottery. This one was $75. The bowl was also Anderson pottery. So fun seeing some different pieces. The seal's pretty common, but to find a vase and a bowl, because Jocelyn and I were just talking about that a while ago, that she makes more than just figurines. Over here there was some Roseville baby dinnerware. It's cute. I like seeing it. I never find it out in the wild, thrifting or anything like that, only at antique malls. And over here there was this beautiful French pottery vase and ladage, not sure how to pronounce that, but it was marked France on the bottom. Now this was marked for like $200, so it's got to be something fancy. I'm going to do some research so that way if I find it again or other pieces, I'll know what I'm looking for, because that was really pretty. They had some nice Fenton pieces, some little teacups there. Oh, more Fenton over here somewhere, and a Shawnee pig. Here there was one of the largest paperweights I have ever seen. It was marked at $100, but it was 20% off, so it would have been $80. But look how massive this is. It took 2 hands to pick it up. It was not signed. It was not marked in any way. And as much as I really wanted it to be marked, it wasn't. And it had a little bit of surface wear, so with it not being signed and the slight wear, I decided against it, even though it was a super cool find. I don't know. I really like it. It was a fun piece, but I'm not sure who makes it. And then I found some tiny pottery, and then I thought, wow, this is adorable. And then turned out it's not pottery. It is stone. And the minute I picked it up, I could tell because it was cold. I thought for sure that was going to be pottery, but it fooled me. And then there was this signed vase back here, and I don't remember who made that. Maybe it's on the tag. Is it on the tag? Yes. Selma? Still not helpful. I don't know who that is, but they did a good job. I did like it. I really like the color of it. And then over here, this booth had some really fun Halloween. That's obviously a more modern cat, but these lanterns were older and antique, and they were $250 and $300, I want to say. And they're just always fun to look at. I love when people have a display of nothing but vintage Halloween. It makes me super excited. There was like pocket knives, Halloween pocket knives. There's die cuts in the back. Just really fun display of Halloween. And bunnies, which have nothing to do with Halloween, but they were still cute. And then down here, they had some Shiny Bright, and they are, I believe, the older ones, not the newer Christopher Radko. And I believe they were $25 each for box, the whole box. And then I found this little large perfume bottle, small decanter, and they had it marked as possibly Blanco, and I'm like, I don't think so. I did a quick Google image search, and it came back as Murano, but there was only one. So I didn't want to grab it not knowing what it was, because it was on the spendier side. I believe it was right around $49, and the larger one was more, obviously, and it's purple. And it is so big, and it has a handle, so I'm like, nope, I'm out. It's the handle. Look at this beautiful Murano lamp. It was stunning. It was right at $300. Nope, 175. It was a deal. 175, and that pink and white swirl, it was just magnificent. Now, this vase was $29, and it was like a purple splatter, and there was no signatures that I could find, so I did not get it, though I do like it. I hope I showed it. Yeah, there we go. The purple swirl was really deep purple in the base. And then over here, this little starfish caught my attention. They said it was hand blown. There was no signatures. I know Robert Held made some. I don't think this is one, but I just wanted to double check, and it was not signed. Look at that cute dog in the background. And then they had a little Belique. And then over here, there was a stone paperweight, and I'm like, well, do I want this for my paperweight sale? But it's stone. I don't have any stone paperweights. So I thought about it for a minute, and then I'm like, no, I don't need it. I have enough. I have enough. There is such thing as having too many paperweights. And then over here, there's a cute little Scotty dog that was made out of carved wood, which I thought was adorable. And I think he was $12. And then over here, I had to come and show you just the aesthetic, because it's like very well laid out and really pretty. Lots of lamps, lots of light in here. I really like that wall display. It's like a teardrop shape. And then I had to come over here and check out and see if there's any good barware. I know barware is really hot right now, so I had to check it out. And then I'm looking in here because this lady actually is one of my secret honey holes for Bakelite, and unfortunately she has not stocked since the last time I've been, which is like 5 weeks ago or so. So I was a little surprised by that. She's usually really good about stocking her booth, so didn't find anything today because I wiped it out last time I was here. Over here was a nice uranium glass display with some glowing glass, and hint, hint, there's more to come. I'm super excited to show you at the end. Look at the flamingo. Obviously, this reminds me of Jeffrey, Real Nifty Vintage. He used to collect them, and I got the pleasure of going to his estate sale when he sold his house to move into his van, because he's also doing van life. And I got to see all his flamingos on display, and I thought that they look fantastic together, so I can see why he collected them. And down here, more barware, and those were Libby, I believe. And I'm not sure who that second set was, but they were both like $40. And then over here I found this pottery vase, which I thought had a chance of being Italian when I first saw it, but the mark is not one I've seen before. It was $24. I don't think there was a sale at this booth either. Had they been like fish or something cool, I would have probably got it, but there is no particular design to it, so I left it. I did like it though. All right, let's go over here and check out what else did they have. More glassware, lots of glassware, and amber compote. Oh, and that wolf was like holographic. I haven't seen something holographic and large like that in a long time. And there's the raccoon, the Hager raccoon I was telling you about. Look how cute he is. And he is marked on the bottom. And I'm like, I was just shocked. I didn't know Hager made a raccoon like that. Very cute. He seemed to have a little extra glob of ceramic pottery on him, and his face and on his belly there. So as cute as he was only $32. I decided against him, and he was quite large. All right, we're looking over here. I found a little geishaware teacup. I was seeing if it was a cellophane, and it was not. There was some Roseville over here, the Ewer pitcher, and there was 2 candlestick holders, and they're both at 120% off, so they would have been $80 each. So not bad if you're a collector, not too bad. And this vendor actually kind of sectioned her stuff off in colors. So right now we're in like the purple section as I look at the red vase. But there was some kind of organization to this. Like here's the green section, and it looks really nice aesthetically. Like when you're walking by, you're like, ooh, you get kind of pulled in because it was done that way on purpose. And then over here, there was some salt and pepper shakers that caught my attention, and some teapots that were really nice. And now we're in the blue section. And green teapots. Oh, that was a beautiful Celadon vase, and it was signed on the bottom. It was $50, and I just couldn't justify it. I don't know enough about it to justify paying $50. And again, I can't check anything because my cell service in here is no bueno. All right, so here's the treat. I went to dinner because I worked up quite the appetite, and we went to Taste of Maine. It is in Woolwich, Maine, and no, I'm not at another antique store. I'm still at the restaurant. This restaurant had the most amazing uranium glass display. Like, look at all that fenton. It was stunning. They had tumble ups, they had vases, compotes, sugar dishes, bowls. It was just a really fun treat to see it all. And of course, they had some Fostoria. And I was just like, man, I really wish this was for sale, but it's not. It's just their display. It's what's at their restaurant for decoration. And I'm like, wow, that's super cool. And then not only did they have these fun 3 shelves of uranium, they had a whole case full of teacups and saucers, which I thought looked really nice together inside this glass case. It was a real pretty aesthetic and a nice decor for the restaurant. And of course, I had to get some lobster. I got the lobster Alfredo, and let me tell you, it was delicious. I highly recommend it. Please check it out. And everybody that was working there was super nice, so give it a whirl. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.